Good morning, afternoon, and good evening, or whatever corner of the world you may be. This is from your friendly Dutchman, you might say. Goedenavond, degene die in Nederland zit. En dit is we komen hier uit Canada. Ja, als je mij begrijpt, dan begrijp je het wel. Ja, goedenavond iedereen. These are exciting times, and I suppose that would depend on what you call exciting times. Well, I'll tell you, it's exciting because this is our brand new YouTube channel. And by the way, a warm welcome from our team, so-called Mini Soldiers for Christ. We're a team of dedicated Christian apologists and applying apologetics in the defense of Christianity. To whom, you guess, Islam. You know, some years ago, I was noticing a proliferation of these Islamic ideologies and entering our Western society. And you know, here in Canada, and due to the fact that our society has become somewhat plural, secularism, Islam may not be a highlight in their future, or our lifetime. You know, this Islamic proliferation, I should say, frequently enters society on a political basis, followed, you know, through to our public school system curriculum and curriculum level, and demanding prayer time and gender separation, and you know, it goes on. And let's not forget that Sharia and full subjugation is the ultimate goal of worldwide Islam. All right, so now what this means is that our democratic society is now being burdened with an onerous task of responsibility. And Christianity and our secular society has to take a back seat to future degradations of this new cult, along with miscreant activity. You know, currently we're so blessed by some of the great scholars and researchers who have uncovered some major flaws and discrepancies within the Islamic ideals. So, anyways, you know, for the last several hundred years, we've enjoyed freedom of speech, and somewhat, I guess, and religion brought down from our fathers in heaven. Okay, and I'm not aware of a better democratic system in our universe. You can't help but notice that we are now in an area of transformation. I mean, a noticeable change. You just need to look around. What do you notice? Mostly burqas and mosques and Eastern restaurants. And by the way, some of the foods are great foods. I love Eastern foods. They're wonderful. They're great. They're wonderful. Not only that, but the just outwardly lies. Of course, this is allowed within Islam. You know, not only that, but just outwardly lies. And Islam is taught that. They want that, so long as it's in favor of their cause. All right, and that's a known fact, and they teach their folks that kind of rhetoric. Of course, this is allowed, this is allowed within Islam circles, as long as it promotes the ideology. And I have to mention some of these Christian scholars who are indebted to, for example, Jay Smith and Daniel Janosik, I should say, and David Wood and Christian Prince and Lloyd DeYoung, plus many more. I can't mention them all, but there's quite a number of real great folks out there that have done research and scholars, and the scholars have come forth, and they're allowing us to use their programs. The research programs. You know, the great thing is that each and every one of these scholars sheds a new and a different light and a new perspective on all these issues. You know, let's not forget that without this research and the lack of information, this would make it difficult to stand up for the faith. Thanks to you all, by the way. You know, our God has provided this, and this makes it great for us, since they have allowed us to tap into their resources and to further promote the word of our Lord and uncover Islamic fallacies. You know, 1 Peter 3:15 reminds us, always be prepared to give an answer to anyone who asks for with gentleness. Okay, it's got to be with gentleness. All right, this is the right approach to that. So let's not go back to what this means. Let's now go back to what this means. Take, for example, free speech, which Western society has enjoyed. Now, you know what that means, free speech. You can pretty well say anything you want to say, but, you know, sometimes too many things are said, and it gets many folks it becomes problematic. You know, not long ago here in Canada, on August 1st, we celebrated a relatively new holiday called Emancipation Day. And if you look it up and Google it, it will provide you with a number of definitions, including freedom of slavery, to include freedom of speech. And this freedom is celebrated throughout the world. So we believe without this, all that matters can be quickly taken away. And that means free speech can be quickly taken away. So let's preserve it and enjoy it while we can. Politicians frequently talk about freedom. However, they're afraid to go much beyond this point for fear of being labeled Islamophobes. Well, you've all heard that word, Islamophobes. You know, we must remember that freedom is not the absence of rules or even the ability to ignore laws we don't like. Freedom is enabled by strong institutions like fair and honest, transparent justice system for freedom to work, and rights must be enforced and defended. As Christians, as a Christian I should say, country, or rather as a Christian country, and not that long ago, the preamble was was a Charter of Rights and the freedoms that we enjoyed and added to our Constitution. In 1982, still states, whereas Canada is founded upon principles that recognize the supremacy of God and the rule of law. You know, we need to recognize the supremacy of God. Feeling that something sinister will replace God, or something or someone else, now we really have a problem. Or someone else we really will have a problem. When the state or the government positions themselves above God, well, you figure it out. You figure it out. I don't think it takes much to figure that out. Let's go back to the current events in New York, where Solomon Rushdie nearly met his fate by a vicious attacker, and all in the name of Allah, the false god of Islam. Folks, let's not go there. We as Christians are expected to tell the truth and be transparent about our actions. Come on, let's be transparent and let's be honest about our actions, folks. Islam has a problem with the truth. They're actually encouraging to lie. And that's a known fact, by the way. They're encouraging us to lie. It's within the interest of Muhammad. When you study the Islamic writings, i.e. Quran, Hadith, etc., you can easily see the sugarcoating over them and the majority of unsubstantiated nonsensical writings. Our great scholars are methodologically debunking Islam at its cores. Let's hope that it's not too late. Folks, in our next video, this is only an introduction video, and of course things can only get better, but we want to stay on topic the next time. I've just had a general discussion, but we do want to stay on topic and discuss Sharia law perhaps, and we'll consult with some of our experts in the area, one of them being Lloyd Young, and we'll see if Lloyd will come on one of our videos or live streams on the issues. This video has been our introduction, as I say, and will continue to improve. And till the next time, folks, perhaps in a couple of weeks we'll be back again and with a new agenda. Until then, God bless and thank you all, and good night to you all.